everyone. So it's week 2 on xoxoVegan. And this week, as Anna's kind of already gone over, we're just going to be talking about our vegan journey type thing. Just telling you why we became vegan. I'm just going to kind of jump right in there and tell you my story. To start off, I've always been a big, huge animal lover. I loved animals my whole life. I don't remember a time not loving animals. I remember watching a movie. It's called K-Pax. I'm sure most of you probably heard of it or seen it. And I remember hearing this one part of the movie where he is discussing what humans do to animals kind of thing. And just one thing that really stuck out to me, where he was talking about how they slaughtered cows. What he mentioned was how they bashed them over the head with a hammer and then slit their throat and let them bleed out. And I remember hearing that and I became so upset. I don't know, I guess I was kind of just your normal person. You just become so desensitized to these things. You don't think about the food on your plate as being a once living being. But when I heard that, I remember just getting extremely upset. And at that moment I said, I don't want to eat beef anymore. So that was my first step. I decided that I was not going to eat beef. You know, why I didn't make the connection with other animals at that point, I'm not sure, but this is just part of my journey, and I believe that we're all on a journey and we learn when we want to learn. So throughout high school, grade 11 and grade 12, so I wasn't really eating a whole lot of meat in that sense. I wasn't eating the red meat. It was just mainly the chicken that I was stuck on, and I did eat some like tuna. I was never a really big fish lover either, so it was just basically tuna sandwiches that I would have every once in a while. So I remember in grade 12, a girl did a presentation about KFC and the cruelty that went on in KFC and their factory farms that they get their chickens from. And I was kind of one of your, I guess, your defensive kind of people. Like I said, it did upset me, and as you can see, it still sticks with me. I remember it, but it was something that I just didn't want to really believe that it happened, and this is what went on. So the next big step for me was when I met my now husband. At the time, he was a vegetarian. So when I met my husband, I was still eating chicken all the time. I had thought about wanting to go vegetarian, but I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I had a lot of self-doubt. I didn't think I had the willpower to do so. But when I met my husband, he introduced me to every kind of faux meat product you could think of. Without even really realizing it, I was vegetarian at that time. So probably by June 2005, I was vegetarian. It did not take me long. It was pretty much an overnight thing once I met my husband. When I became vegetarian, without really having it click that I was vegetarian, I started doing a lot more research myself into the cruelty, factory farming, and all that kind of stuff. In the summer of 2008, I was on vacation with my family in British Columbia, and I remember my mother making me some eggs. She made me some scrambled eggs, and I was eating them, and I looked down at my plate, and I had a huge vein in the middle of my eggs. I remember feeling really, really sick. I ran to the bathroom and literally tried to make myself throw up because I was so disgusting. I was dry heaving, seeing this vein in my eggs. It was absolutely disgusting. And at that moment, I decided I didn't want anything to do with eggs anymore. Eggs were disgusting. So I did give up eating eggs as a whole in 2008. I still would eat eggs if they were in other things. So if a cake came and it had eggs in it, I would eat the cake, even though it had eggs in it. I just would not eat eggs by themselves. Milk for me was the same thing. I never drank milk. I never liked milk. Even as a kid, milk was disgusting to me. So milk was not my problem. Probably about the 5 years into vegetarianism, I started to kind of learn more about veganism and the cruelty end of dairy and eggs. I never really knew what went on. I don't think a lot of people know what go on. You're so accustomed to living this lifestyle and eating these things. You just grow up. I mean, what's the first thing you're told when you're younger? Drink your milk, you gotta have your calcium, you gotta build strong bones. That's immediately what we're taught as children. We have to have calcium, which comes from milk. Which obviously now I know is totally not true. There are so many other forms of calcium. But we are, as a society, conditioned to believe these things. So I was just like anybody else, I thought, well, cow gives milk and chickens lay eggs. It's just part of the natural order. I was strongly looking into veganism. Veganism was something that I really wanted to be able to do. I always kind of said that I just didn't think I had the willpower. Once again, it was, my own self getting in the way. I was, defeated before I even began. I was a vegetarian for 6 years. I went vegan on March 22nd, 2011. I don't know what it was that day, but I just woke up and I said, that's it, I'm going vegan. I was just feeling really guilty. I had all the knowledge was there. I knew the truth behind dairy, and I knew the truth behind eggs, and of course behind meat. I didn't know how to change myself to live the lifestyle that I knew I wanted. But on that day, I woke up and I was committed to it. There was nothing in particular that happened. I just had a revelation. And I woke up that morning and I knew that that's what I wanted. I wanted to be vegan. I called my husband up at work and I told him, I am going vegan. You can stay vegetarian if you want. I'd much rather you come on this journey with me, but I'm not going to force you into anything. He agreed. He was a bit hesitant. He was a big cheese addict. He really did have an addiction to cheese. So it was a little bit scary for him. But when I told him, he said, I'll do it. He complained for the first few days about not wanting, I can't have my cheese and stuff like that. He was a bit depressed about it, but, he got through. And, we're now 6 months vegan and we're both so happy with our decision. It seriously was the best decision we've ever made for ourselves. And we don't have guilt anymore. Everything we eat is guiltless. You don't have to sit there and feel like, oh man, did I kill something for this food? Did I hurt something or abuse something for this food that I'm eating? And everything tastes amazing. Vegan food is just, it's incredible. And we experiment so much now with our food. My taste buds are just opening up and it's just so amazing. Like Anna, some of the health benefits, I have lost some weight. I don't weigh myself because I find it kind of depressing, but I have lost weight. My pants are a lot looser on me. And this was totally not trying to lose weight. I hardly exercise. My husband is thrilled. He's had trouble with his weight for quite a few years, and he's losing weight, and he is so excited. Yesterday he came home and he's like, I've dropped a size. I don't need this size anymore. I can actually wear the smaller size, and he's so thrilled and he's so excited. My skin has cleared up so much since going vegan. I used to have chronic acne on my back, and it's almost all gone now, and I'm just so excited about that. I just feel a lot healthier. I still have a lot of issues, but I do feel a lot healthier in a lot of ways. Asthma's not as bad. I still have asthma. Like, I know Anna was saying hers completely cleared up, but I still have asthma. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it is a lot better. And you can have everything that you used to like, only it's guilt-free now. And we buy the Silk dark chocolate almond milk. That stuff is amazing, and it's, oh, you don't feel guilty for drinking it. It's just so wonderful. My husband and I drink that all the time, and you know, the great thing is, for me, you drink it and you don't feel guilty, and you don't have any of that nasty phlegm that you get after drinking dairy. So it's wonderful. Veganism has been the best decision I've ever made in my life. Like Anna said, I am an abolitionist vegan. I want to see that all animals are treated kindly and not used for any purpose. Also have a peaceful approach to it. I don't believe in yelling at people. I don't believe that will do anything. We are all on a journey. This life is, you know, it's all about learning and educating ourselves. And I'm here because I want to help other people. And I'm not going to do it in a judgmental way. I don't believe judging people will do anything to help the cause. I believe in teaching and understanding people. Because I was a meat eater at one time. I was a vegetarian at one time. We're all on a journey. My husband and I both have our slogan now is basically, teach it, don't preach it. We have this motto because we believe that in educating people, you gain more followers than if you were to sit there and preach to people about why they need to be vegan. I was your typical person. I grew up in the same society that everyone else did. I ate meat. I ate, you know, my father still teases me about being vegan now. He is still a hardcore meat eater, but that's another story. But he's still like, you know, oh, you used to love bloody steak kind of thing. And when I was little, that is true. I did. I grew up in the same world that everyone else did. I grew up believing milk was good for you, that cheese was good for you, that we had to eat meat to survive. But I know now that's just so not true. And I hope that, you know, the world will open its eyes to these things. I don't want to see harm come to anybody. And this is humans and animals alike. It's not just, veganism isn't about, you know, just animals. This is about, you know, you save the planet, you save animals, and you save people, all in the process of being vegan. So thank you for listening. I will see you all next week. Bye!